This is Zone Radio 88.5, the voice of the valley. And it's time for us to introduce you to a lady whose name is Linda Gray, and she owns a company called Gray's Home Cleaning. Linda is a member of the False Bay Business Network, and she's also one of those businesses that we're giving an opportunity to come on the radio and tell us about themselves as part of the series of Kickstart interviews that we're doing here on Zone Radio. So if all goes well, I should be hearing Linda. Good afternoon, Linda.
Hi, good afternoon, Richard.
Are you well?
I am very well, and I hope I find you well as well.
Well, I am. A DJ saved my life. How can it doesn't get better than that? Doesn't get better than that. All awesome. Right, Linda, tell us about your business.
Okay, I basically started in 2005 in the cleaning business. I own Gray's Home Cleaning. We service the domestic cleaning industry. We have 5 ladies that work with us. We supply our own chemicals, our own equipment, and I supervise the whole team.
Personally.
And when I say personally, and my team has become a family. We are family. So when we go in and clean, we don't only dust and vacuum. We lift beds, move fridges, move stoves. We dust, we vacuum, we mop, we clean skirtings, door frames, windows, bathrooms from top to bottom, inside cupboards, outside cupboards. It all depends what you want. We offer a general clean, which is a quick clean. We offer a spring clean, which means we go into cupboards, outside cupboards, so we unpack it, repack it, clean it, repack it. That's a spring clean, and we move everything in the house. That takes about a day to do a clean up.
A full day?
Yeah, because if you're going to a 3-bedroom home, it's cupboards that you've got to unpack, clean, repack, make it neat, color code, etc. Bathrooms, kitchen, cupboards, everything has to be done on a spring clean.
What made you start this business?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I arrived in Cape Town and I met a guy called Peter Gray. And he's got a company called Gray's Home Maintenance, and he said, why don't you start a cleaning company? And I started a cleaning company and found out it became a passion. I meet wonderful people. My clients are awesome. My staff are wonderful. And there's a need for it in this market.
Where's the gap in the market? Is it the fact that there's so many working moms and husbands and wives work and there's not time? What sort of, where do you find the gap in the market for what it is that you do?
Okay, there's a lot of people that work, a lot of clients that are basically open up, go in, clean and lock up. A lot of people use me twice a week, sometimes once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month. People tend to not want to clean every day. They prefer the work from a team because the team is thorough. My team is very thorough. They wipe door handles, light switches, skirting boards. They take the effort to do the small things that another person wouldn't do. Every house we go into, we wipe the doors. We empty ashtrays. We move sofas. We vacuum the sofas. It's not just a clean that's small. It's a big thing in our lives, and we try and do it to the best of our ability.
I'm sure that you do. And tell me now. So I've got a house. I've got a 3-bedroom house, and let's say I'm a bachelor. which I in practice am at the moment, because Judy lives in Maritzburg and I'm living here at the moment while we're getting Zone Radio going. So, but let's say that I had a 3-bedroom house, Judy and I, one dog. What kind of ballpark figure is one looking at for having a home clean, say, once a week? A 3-bedroom home, just clean.
Let me mention, our first clean is always the long clean. We charge hourly rate of 500 Rand. So normally the first time we clean a normal Fishhook 3-bedroom home, it could take anything between an hour and a half to 4 hours. It just depends. It just depends. A lot of people, you know, it depends how untidy their house is, how much mold they've got in their house, you know. And it depends how long. So I've got a lady that just focuses on bathrooms. Then I've got a lady that dusts, and the other one vacuums. And then I've got a lady in the kitchen. So it depends how cluttered the house is. I've been in a 3-bedroom house and it's taken me an hour and a half. And I've been in a 2-bedroom house and it's taken me 3 hours. It all depends on the house. Most of the time, if I do a house regularly, I can get a Fishhook 3-bedroom home down to an hour.
That's not bad. That really isn't bad. And how long and you say, is it a full day? Is it half a day when you go in after that?
No, it's when the client wants me back.
Okay.
You know, so if I start cleaning your house, I do it the first day, and then you phone me and you say you're very happy with the clean. What do I think? How often I should clean the house? If it's a single person, it might be once a month. If it's 2 people in a house, I would maybe suggest once every 2 weeks. If it's a family with pets, I might suggest once a week. You know, it all depends what the client's needs are. And then I also like an open line of communication. So the client can say, you know what, I only need an hour's clean, Linda. Please leave the 3rd guest bedroom and the guest bath so that I can do something else, or let's only keep it down to an hour today, you know.
Okay. All right. So you work to the client specifications, and clearly with time, they've got a budget. So you work within the time frame that they would like to suggest, within reason, of course.
Yes.
What are the big challenges in going into people's homes and cleaning it for them?
The biggest challenge for me is mold. Especially in bathrooms. It's a very big challenge. The biggest challenges I've had is working for hoarders, and I've done quite a few of those houses. Another challenge would be people that rent houses out and the tenants have abused the home, you know, and left it in a state. Those are the big challenges, and they're not just a challenge, it's exciting. It's something new, it's something different, you know, and we're eager to please the client to get it back in the order it was before the rental.
Things like steam cleaning carpets, steam cleaning furniture, do you do that, or do you contract that out?
I contract that out. I do have a steam cleaning machine, but I do not clean carpets. It's just a steam cleaning machine. And I use it as a disinfectant on mattresses and things like that. And if I've got a very bad house, like for instance, if there's been a smoker living in the house and the walls are orange, I normally use a thick kind of gelish bleach on the wall, and then I use the steam cleaner on it, and it helps clean, you know. So the steam cleaner's it's not only just for disinfecting, it's also good for other things, cleaning greasy things off stoves and things like that, you know. Also good with mold.
Yeah, I would imagine it would be good with mold. What are the things you find that people neglect most in their homes without betraying any confidences? I mean, when you go into a house, you find that there's a very common area that is probably not kept as clean as it could be. maybe because it's inaccessible, maybe because it's just overlooked? What would be the most common area for that?
It would be guest bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And kitchens, basically bathrooms and kitchens.
Yeah, a kitchen can get rather grubby rather quickly, and it's also something that you can become quite accustomed to in a kitchen. You kind of, it creeps up on you, so it's almost like boiling a frog in a pot, from a cold water to boiling pot, because it kind of grime, for want of a better word, creeps up on one, and then all of a sudden you look and you think, wow, how did this happen?
Yeah, it's true. And I find especially a lot of single people that work, that it tends to happen where you overlook things, you get used to things, you get too accustomed to things. And then the older generation, they just don't see it, you know. And a lot of people are just so busy trying to make a living, you know. So they often call me in and they say they know what's happened, but please just help them out, you know. And people are just, it's a rush. Everything's a rush, and work, and you know.
This is going to be maybe a difficult question to answer, but do you struggle not to become judgmental when you go into somebody's house? Because some people can be quite grubby. Do you find it hard not to sort of look at this and go like that? You know what I mean?
At all. No, it's funny, never, because we're all human. I can't say that I've got the tidiest kitchen every single day. No one can, you know, and life takes you places, you see things, and you're there to help. You're there to give a service to help. You're not there to judge. And a thing I never do either is discuss people's homes with other people. Never, ever. It's got nothing to do with anyone.
I would imagine the trust and the confidence is a confidentiality is a very high element of you doing business with people and continuing to do business with people.
Yes, yes.
Is this something that needs to be emphasized when you first meet with a client, or do people just accept the fact that, listen, this is going to be the code of conduct here?
No, they never ask. It's just an unvoiced thing. Law, yeah. And it's for me, it's a moral thing. It's immoral to talk about other people's home to anyone. And it's my good name. I want to keep a good name. I don't want people to think that I'm going to speak out of their houses. It's got nothing to do with the world.
I think it's quite remarkable. I really do. My thing with cleaning is, and the thing that drives me insane is, you know, that little piece of between the tap and the sink, behind the sink tap in the kitchen. That's a bit that drives me insane, because that can get quite grubby quite quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, over there you've got Domestos and a toothbrush. Put some Domestos and just brush it with a toothbrush and rinse it off. And
you know the little section I'm talking about, that little section.
Yeah.
It kind of, and inevitably when it's a new kitchen, everything is sealed up nicely. But as that the silicone starts to wear over the years, it lifts, and then the mold kind of gets underneath it, and it's not always easy to get clean.
Yeah. A thing about the mold, if it gets into the silicone, you can't get it out.
Yeah.
You've got to take that silicone out, clean it, and then put a new silicone back.
Is this all part of what you do, or how does that work?
Well, you know, it depends what the client wants. Like, I can tell them what to do, and it's up to them to action it. You know?
All right. All right. So
that's why I'm part of a business network. You know, so if I see they need to remove the tile grouting to get rid of mold, I can recommend somebody from our business network.
Which is a nice thing about that network, and we've spoken to quite a few of the businesses already, and they do seem to have this sort of camaraderie amongst the members, in order to make sure that business flourishes, certainly for the members of the network. But they're not afraid to refer outside of the network if there is nobody there that does that particular thing. So it's a really very, very cool organization. And if you want to know more about the False Business Network, folks, go to the website. It's a nice new website. Looks good. Looks really good. And new logo, the whole works. The whole thing has been revamped. And you can go to fbn.co.za and you can find out more about the network, and you can also find out more about the individual businesses there. And Gray's Home Cleaning is one of those services, and you can log on to that. Each company there has got its own page, and I'm just scrolling through now, and there is Linda Gray, and I can see more Gray's Home Cleaning. And it will come up with all the information that you need in terms of how to get hold of her and that type of thing. So it's a one-off cleans, weekly or bi-weekly or monthly cleans, general spring cleans, pre and post occupation cleans, property management services, and the whole lot is owner supervised. And there are a lot of happy clients on here. Excellent service from Linda and her team. Highly recommend them, and that comes from Jenny. So all of that is there, and you can go and find out more about Gray's Home Cleaning and about Linda on that website. Any final words, Linda?
Yes, I'd like to mention that now with COVID-19, we only clean with cleaners that contain sanitizers. Our bathrooms get cleaned with a special degreaser with a sanitizer in it, the kitchens. We dust and wipe things with a sanitizer cleaner. And when I leave the house, I spray everything with a sanitizer. So, and it's active for 3 to 8 hours. And if you want to buy a fogger from me, you can as well. So if you are frantic about it, and you can just put the fogger in the room, wait, let it go off and wait 10 minutes, and you should be fine.
Okay, and COVID-19 must have presented some massive challenges for you.
Yeah, that's why I don't use any products now. I'm only using a natural sanitizing cleaning product. It is non-toxic. You can spray it on everywhere. It doesn't stain. The other challenges we've had is basically we have to wear a mask, a shield, and gloves. We take our clients, our staff's temperature every morning, and we take it every night, and my own. I take my own. We spray ourselves off after every clean we do, and before we enter our house, we clean our feet in case they're contaminated. What else can I tell you?
You have to do this between, I mean, if you're doing 3 homes a day, you've got to do this between each and every home. I mean, it can become a bit of a bind.
First thing in the morning, I sanitize the car. The staff get sanitized before they get into the car. We go into a house, sanitize feet, go out the house, sanitize the whole body. Get into the car, go out, do the job, come back, sanitize again. So before we go into any house, we sanitize everyone. We use clean cloths for every house. You know, we supply everything clean and new.
You must be the cleanest people in the valley.
We try.
Goodness gracious me. It's a lot of cleaning. Do you find that all that sanitizing has had any effect on things like skin and that type of thing?
That's why I use this natural sanitizer. It's SABS approved. It's certified. It doesn't affect your immune system because it's a natural sanitizer. So it doesn't affect your hands like the normal alcohol and chemical sanitizers. And I've deliberately chosen this sanitizer made by AfriNet, because there are children that live in homes, there are old people, so they won't be affected by the sanitizer in a negative way.
Have you had any clients that have been affected by the virus?
Yes.
And doesn't that not frighten you a little bit?
It scares me. It scares my staff.
Mm-hmm.
We've taken steps, like I give my staff a viral homeopathic immune builder. They take it every day, and they've been taking it since March to help them with their immune systems, just to protect them. And that's why we wear the masks, that's why we wear the shields, that's why we wear the gloves, and that's why we sanitize. It's to protect the client, and it's to protect ourselves.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you never know when it's going to get you, and I'm of the belief that it's going to get most of us. But it must make it also quite awkward to work like that. I mean, you know, you got a lady chasing around the house with a vacuum cleaner and trying to breathe through a mask. It can't be the easiest, and it must be rather challenging.
It is, but you get used to it.
Yeah, I'm not quite got used to the mask yet, but I'm fortunate. I don't go out of this environment, so I don't need it as often. But when I do, on the odd occasion, step out of the studio and go, like, walk down to the shop or something like that, and have to put this mask on, so I find myself becoming rather claustrophobic and not being able to breathe. I'm just visualizing whether or not I can work with it on, and I do have to take my hat off to you guys for having to do that and putting up with that in the best interest of your client. I think that it rocks. I really do. All right, so let's just recap. It's Gray's Home Cleaning. Your rate is around 500 Rand an hour. Is that right?
Okay. That's correct.
That excludes anything that is like a specialist function. So if somebody casts you in for something that is rather difficult or rather specialist, you would quote on that separately. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
Windows are included in the cleaning that you do.
If that's what the client wants, yes.
Okay, all right. So you sit down with the client. The client says, "Okay, listen, this is what I want you to do, Linda. I want you to come in once a week. I want you just to vacuum. I want you to clean the kitchen, and I want you to change the linen." Then you would do just that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Okay, but then that same person could say, for argument's sake, "I want you to come in, clean the kitchen. Bathroom needs a once over. Vacuum, do the windows, and also pack a cupboard." And then you would do that.
I would do that, yes.
Okay.
Sir.
Laundry. Does laundry come into this in any way or not?
At the moment, look, we don't do laundry at the moment. We do normally, without COVID-19, we do normally do some ironing. But with COVID-19 and us wearing rubber gloves, and it's a bit difficult to do ironing.
Yeah. But as a rule, then you would offer that?
We would offer it.
Okay, so that's how it works, folks. It's very simple. If you're finding that doing your own home cleaning is becoming a bit of a bind for you, I know that Judy would kill to have you in Mariesburg. She really would, because she's staying in a 4 or 5 bedroom house all on her own. It's a massive place, and trying to keep it clean all on her own. She would kill to have you up in Mariesburg, but that's a long way to go. But the kind of service is this, that if you want to find essentially what you're doing and what people are paying you for is not to clean their homes, but to buy them time. That's essentially what it boils down to.
Yes, yes.
And,
yes, you're so.
And doing that with the peace of mind that the person who owns the business is supervising the work and doing it in the most hygienic way. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your business with us. I do hope that that Gray's Home Cleaning will go from strength to strength, and that you will get through what has been a rather trying time for most small businesses in the Valley, and that things will pick up. I know that you aren't yet at full capacity, because you can't yet be at full capacity simply because of regulations. But I certainly hope that things do go well for you, and I want to thank you for coming on and chatting to us this afternoon.
Well, Richard, I'd like to say thank you to you and to all the clients that are supporting us. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. So, folks, for the contact number is 083-309-9487, and you can email Linda, and your email address, Linda, is?
It's LINDA, which is the minus sign,
yeah.
D@mweb.co.za. linda.co.za.
Okay, just say that again because the sound broke up a little bit.
LINDA minus DH at mweb.co.za.
Okay, but if you missed any of that, folk, you can get hold of me on the WhatsApp 07244788044, and I'll give it to you. Ultimately, like I said, you can go onto the FBN network website, and that is fbn.co.za, and you go and look under the, I think it was the home section, and you'll find Gray's Home Cleaning, and you'll find all the information there. Email address, the Facebook page, and all the stuff that we've been talking about. Linda, go well, and go from strength to strength.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. We have recorded this, folk, and we will be podcasting, and it will also be going up onto our YouTube channel. So if you only caught part of the conversation this afternoon, you'll be able to find that on our website as a podcast this evening. I would say around sort of 7:30ish, it'll be up, and you can go and you can download it and also share it with other folk. Take care, Linda, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you. Cheerio. Bye.
Bye.